It's not about eating healthy once in a while. It's about eating healthy every day. It's all about eating your calories, not drinking your calories. And most people get the impression that going on a diet is going to change your life. It's not about diet. It's all about eating the proper foods.
Hi, I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and welcome to the Secretary Kennedy podcast. I'm here today with an icon of good health, of bodybuilding, and also acting, Lou Ferrigno. Lou, welcome.
Thank you.
And it's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your journey. You were born in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn. The close to birth, I had a severe ear infection. I lost like 85% of my hearing.
From when you were like a baby?
Yeah, about 6 months. They know I was hard of hearing until I have profound hearing loss about the age of 3. So I wore hearing aids my whole life. Also back then I had a severe speech impediment.
Are you wearing them now?
Yeah, I have, which is now a hearing aid, I have a cochlear implant. The great thing about the cochlear implant I have now compared to 3 years ago, it changed people's lives. Because older people, they get older, they lose their hearing, they get frustrated. So now there's hope. So my whole life I wore 2 hearing aids, and I had to work very hard to change my speech because my speech was not understandable when I was young. So that led me into bodybuilding. Because as a kid, the only thing that kept me tuned was power. I had to be a comic book. To escape the pain in my imagination.
Were you playing sports?
No, I couldn't make the baseball team. I couldn't make the football team. I was very skinny, but I just wanted to work out with weights. I used to read all the magazines, like Steve Reeves. To me, he was like, my God, Steve Reeves.
He was Hercules. I remember
Yeah.
seeing him in the comic books.
Yeah, I saw in the movie. I said, that's it. When he pulled down those 2 pillows, I said, that's what I want to be like.
But that was your inspiration.
Yeah, that friend of mine that had.
I think Arnold too. Steve Reeve was his big inspiration.
Oh yeah, because Arnold came on the scene when I was like maybe 16, 17. I thought I had a chance because he was the first tall man over 6 feet. So I kind of admired him because that led my passion to be a bodybuilder champion.
He was the first bodybuilder over 6 feet.
Yep.
Is that what,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
because they were normally shorter.
Like 5'8", 5'10", 5'11". I was the first one that broke the doors down to over 6 feet.
Yeah. And I saw him this morning at Gold's Gym. You worked out at Gold's in Venice.
40 years.
Yeah,
years.
like every day, right?
Yeah, every day. Then eventually I moved to the Central Coast because, it changed my life, everything. But I just love everyone to go to Gold Gym because you go there, you just want to just work out with the weight, body to get hungry for it. But funny, after 40 years, I create my own atmosphere because I have a gym home, everything, because I have the pictures up. And, but still, when I come to town, I still like to stop by Gold Gym.
And then you did pumping iron. What was that, like in 74?
In 1975.
That was with Bob Rafelson, was the...
Yeah, the George Butler.
Was the
Charles
judge.
Gaines.
Right.
They're from, of course, they're from Boston, Massachusetts.
Right.
But back then, did you know the first prize back then was $750? That was my food bill for 2 weeks. But back then we had nothing. It was all about the love of the sport. We flew all the way to South Africa to compete. Because back then with the camaraderie, you just loved working out. But today is so different because today we don't have the camaraderie like you used to have. That's why when I go to Gold Gym, I still have that old camaraderie. Like when you see the guys like Franco, Arnold, all these people, you feel like you're home.
Right. And why? And you think that's disappeared today?
Yeah, a lot of it. The camaraderie, because a lot of guys just they come to the gym today, they wear headphones, they wear hoodies, they wear sweatshirts, they sit there. But there's no more of a personality because in the old days, we trained in the gym. I would have shorts, I'd be barefoot doing squats. You want to show your body, you want to show your muscle. Different time.
Yeah. My son went to Gold's Gym. He came from Boston. He came out here when we moved out here, and he went to Gold's Gym, and he was astonished to see people sort of openly looking at themselves and admiring their bodies in the mirror.
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
But not too much.
So then what happened to you? You did pumping iron, and then everybody knew you after that.
Yeah, I won the Mr. Universe twice, all the titles. I did pumping iron.
Did you beat Arnold?
No, I came running up to him.
Okay,
yeah, because
so that he retired and then you won.
I retired at the same time. When pumping iron came out, he retired, I retired, because I could receive a phone call. I did the Incredible Hulk TV series. So since then, I've done over 50 films. And you want to know something? One morning at the age of 41, I woke up, I said to myself, it's unfinished business. I want to compete again. I made a comeback after 17 years at the age of 42 to compete again. I was on stage 325 pounds because I wanted to show that age doesn't make a difference. But that's the beauty about when you have that mind.
And how did you do?
Matter of fact, I came 10th in the Mr. Olympia competition. In
Wow.
pumping iron, I was the younger competitor. When I came back, I was the older competitor. That's why today all these guys admire me because in the old days, when you're like 35, 40, people should give it up. But age there's no limit. That's why even now,
You're actually in Guinness Book of World Records
yeah,
as the youngest person ever.
to win the Miss Universe, yeah,
We like 24 at that
21,
time. 21.
yeah, yeah.
Because it's hard to put on all that muscle, right?
Oh yeah,
It takes years.
you know something, Bob, I had nothing else. It's my way to survive. I had nothing else. If I didn't have this passion for bodybuilding, I'd be dead. I had nothing else. I was so beaten down. I had a very severe relationship with my father.
Your
I
father was a New York City cop.
at NYPD, but he rejected me because I was not the perfect son. So I had to carry his pain. Because that was my passion to be where I am today. It's amazing because when you come from where you are today, it shows you that it's all about passion that made me who I am today. But it's funny that Arnold's father was the chief of police.
Oh, he was. That's right.
Yeah, both of us. I mean, we
Yeah.
both had that
And he had a
but
very tough relationship with his father, too.
same thing.
Yeah.
That's why we built that body saying, nobody's going to beat me up. Nobody's going to beat me up. Look how powerful I am.
Did you feel like you were an actor?
I didn't want to tell anybody because back then I still had the part of the speech impediment, the hearing issue. But then eventually I ended up doing stage play. I ended up doing speech lessons to articulate, to speak better with my speech. Then eventually I started to get other acting roles. It was my determination because I can't take no for an answer. I'm like a warrior. I'm a fighter. That's why I never want to hear the word if, maybe, no. You can't. Those words are not in my vocabulary. You either do or you don't do it.
Oh, you're 75 or 70.
Going to 75 in November.
You'll be 75 in November.
No.
Yeah, old age is tough, right?
Yeah,
You're in pain all the time.
yeah. I mean, I have my aches and pains, don't get me wrong, but the thing is that I live with the attitude that the fact that years ago, we have today what people didn't have many years ago, like joint replacement, hip replacement, supplements, vitamins, eating better. For me, I'm very happy in the morning to wake up knowing that I have peace, happiness, that I'm not miserable. Because if you don't have peace and happiness, you're not happy. I'm happy to have that. I'm very blessed.
And the bodybuilding's changed now, too, because now you have all these machines, right?
Oh yeah, but what changed about bodybuilding today? You have a lot of fitness, bikini. It's great in retrospect, but in my situation, that the old days of pumping iron, we all had different personalities. You've seen pumping iron, have you?
Yeah.
Everybody had a personality.
Yeah.
Today is so different because it's much more competitive. The camaraderie with the personality is not like it used to be. Like the days about Arnold competing, like pumping iron, Ken Water with the t-shirts, the football players. We had nothing. We just loved the sport. But I have to tell you, I admire you when you came from. Especially now, you being a fighter, advocate health and everything, especially. I've seen you in your Congress and they wanted to pick on you, beat you down and everything. I'm telling you, I take my hat off to you. I respect you for that.
And that's all theater.
I know, but God bless you. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you're a fighter.
Gotta be.
A lot of it is actually working out and doing the work, but there probably even more of that is the food you eat, right?
Oh, definitely, because today, food, diet, fitness is 80%. Because you can, like I said before, you can do cardio for 10 hours, and if you eat improperly, you're not going to lose weight. But the thing is that besides eating healthy, it's everything, because especially you want to put the right fuel in your body. That's why, like when I was young, as a kid, I eat a lot of sugar, cake, pies, and pastry, and that's why I felt very, lazy. But the thing is, over the years, that's why bodybuilders have learned that your muscle needs protein. Also for your mental health. Because I've done a lot of motivational speaking. I've seen so many corporate executives, they neglect their bodies and they'll be having a heart attack. And suddenly they're out there exercising, telling people they're going to eat different foods to improve their health. It's a warning sign, but that's why to avoid all these surgeries, all these bad things to happen to you, it's important to pay attention to your diet. It's not about eating healthy once in a while. It's about eating healthy every day. It's all about eating your calories, not drinking your calories. And most people get the impression that going on a diet is going to change your life. It's not about diet. It's all about eating the proper foods.
And what do you eat?
In the morning, I wake up, I have 2 eggs, have a banana, have a cup of coffee. Lunchtime, I have 2 or 3 hard-boiled eggs. I have a yogurt, probiotics. Then dinner, I have a steak, of course. I have like vegetables. I have like rice. And then the evening before bed, maybe I have some fruit, like grapes, I mean, like cheese, stuff like that. That's how I eat naturally all the time.
And do you eat immediately after you work out?
About maybe half hour, 45 minutes. But I'm not a big into. It's all about the mind because a lot of people like to take the pre-workout stuff, all these extra supplements. It's all in the mind, all in naturally. Because if you want to build muscle, it's up to here. If you want to change your body, it's up to here. It's not the supplement. It's not about what comes out of the jar. It's all about here.
You say that you wake up feeling peaceful every
Yeah.
day. And I wake up with a sense of impending doom, but then I go into that peace. I do my meditations and I get into that peaceful stage. But diet has something to do with that as well.
Well, there's one word you were left out. Stress. Stress killed you. In my life, I have tremendous stress. I got to the point that you have to eat healthy to deal with stress. Because if you let stress get to you, it will cause you to have cancer, heart attack, stuff like that. That's why when you fortify your body with the proper eating and the proper training, that fights against stress. That's why when I say I'm peaceful, like myself, I'm in a beautiful relationship now. I have no hate in my body because my father, growing up, he was a very angry, hateful man, very jealous. It ate him up. He died of stomach cancer. I studied him for many years. And I said, I'm not going to be like this. You have to forget people. You have to look for the best in yourself. You have to be happy inside yourself. If you don't have that peace inside in yourself, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what title you have. Doesn't mean crap. It's all about that. It's the time you passed on. You want to have great memories and inner peace and happiness. That's the key in life.
All right, Lou.
You got
Thank
it.
you very
Thank
much.
you. You got it.
Produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.